morning, this is the question we're asking: is there hope after infidelity? So we will have our phone lines open. You can tweet me. My Twitter handle is at @𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗏 at NTV Kenya. I will have the number on your screens. It is 0719038343. 0719038343. But we'll have it up on the screen shortly. With me in studio, ladies first, 𝗪𝗲 and 𝗪𝗲. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Studio. And like her being, so she's a psychologist, but she's also the CEO of Allsmiles Therapy Center, and just like Allsmiles, she's all smiles. She's all smiles this morning. We also have 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗪.
Yes.
𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗪, I will call him 𝗪𝗏 for the purposes of tongue, not having my tongue tied. But do you mind me asking the origin of the name, 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗪?
Yeah, even me, I asked the origin of the name, and I was told that it's a Philippine name.
Ah,
Yes.
oh, okay.
Yes.
I've learned something today. Thank you for that. And he is also a psychologist.
Yes.
All right. So we're asking: is there hope after infidelity? But first, maybe tell us, 𝗪𝗲, for those who may not be familiar, what does a psychologist do?
Oh, great. A psychologist, ours is as simple as your feelings, your behavior, and your thoughts. Just those three things. So we are in to walk the journey of emotional, just like we have doctors for our physical health. What we say is, you get to know when emotionally you are bleeding. When you have some pain, you go maybe to a chemist and buy some painkillers. What you do when you are emotionally drained. So exactly that's what you do. So we definitely walk the journey with people. We create awareness in like what we're doing today. Is there hope after infidelity? Yes.
All right. So your 𝗪𝗏𝗡𝗪.
Yes.
I'm gonna put Maurice. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. So Maurice, you agree with how
Absolutely.
𝗪𝗲 has described your role?
Yeah, absolutely. What I can say is that, just as you have said, we look at those three components: your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and behavior, and we work with you. To us, we say we don't work with patient, we work with client. So believing that the people we are working with are the bearer of the solution. We don't just come to bring a solution, but to work collaboratively with them so that we resolve any psychological, emotional difficulties that they have. Yes.
So as a psychologist, thoughts, feelings, behavior. Do people come to you after infidelity?
Oh yes, many times, many times they definitely come, and time they'll come just one person. So that time we don't treat it as a couple therapy, and other times they'll come both of them. There is a cheating in it, so that's where we began. Yeah, because I mean they presented themselves, and you need to work with them because they've come. There is a distraction. So what we look at is, there is infidelity. Okay, then why are you here? How do you want to take it up? Yes.
All right. So out of every 10 people you see, Maurice,
Yes.
how many come to you on account of infidelity? Just to get a sense of how prevalent it is.
From 1 to 10, give it 3 to 4. Yes.
Which is a significant number.
Yes, quite a significant number.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit how you work. Say an individual comes to you and they have, or let's just start from the question we're asking this morning. Is there hope, 𝗪𝗲𝗓, after infidelity, or is it a depends type answer?
Well, there is hope after infidelity. Why? Because how are we, or what is the hope that we are defining? Even a time when people agree with separation and divorce, each on their way, it's still hope because there is life after that. So if you're referring to this as life after, definitely there is life after. However, you can just come and say, yes, you can go out there and cheat because there is hope, It's not something to hold on. So that's something we always let the clients and anyone who is watching us this morning to get to know. So even before we go to hope, if there is or no, let's just start with, what is this infidelity? And when you talk about infidelity, cheating is in so many ways. People will go out there, they'll have what we call extramarital affairs, their partners out there. Others can just be emotional infidelity. Yes, you are with someone, but emotionally they are disconnected.
So the levels of infidelity.
Yes.
Or types of infidelity.
Yes. So they're very different. But what we say is cheating is cheating. So even before we go to whole, let's start with the elephant in the house.
What is infidelity?
It's cheating. And cheating can be in so many ways. Some people will have some multiple or just one sexual partner out there. Others, it's all about being emotionally disconnected with your spouse. So yes, I'm here with you, but I'm busy thinking about Olive that have never met, but I watch her on TV, you know. So that's still infidelity, because you're already in a way that you are dysfunctional. You are not taking, you let the gap be filled by someone else and not your partner. Also, we have infidelity nowadays. We're in the era of social media and online and all that. Someone is busy, you know, they are just chatting and doing all these things with other people, but seated next to their partner, it's still infidelity. So it's always good to define.
Really?
Oh yes, yes.
I'm not sure I'm convinced, Maurice.
Yes, what CEO is saying is true, that we have the levels of infidelity, and she have touched very heavily on emotional infidelity. Because every time there is infidelity, the question should be what is the underlying causes. But even before we come there, we have emotional infidelity, we have even financial infidelity, we have cyber-sex infidelity. Those are like what you may call the levels of infidelity. And now the bigger one that people may want to talk about is a physical contact, or now the sexual infidelity. But as Teresa have said ably, is that emotional infidelity, according to statistics, shows that is the most distressing one.
Which one?
Emotional infidelity.
Is the most distressing one?
Yes, because you can imagine when someone is with you and is not with you. You know, that is more distressing. It's better you go out, or you either be here and be with me. And they say emotional infidelity is more distressing than sexual infidelity is more upsetting. Actually, they say emotional infidelity is more distressing and sexual infidelity is more upsetting. And they say distressing is more pervasive or long term, more than the sexual one. Meaning, why? Because you can imagine when you're with someone in the house, and you see there is no that again open communication, there is no that playfulness that is around there. You know, the person is there, either the wife or the husband, but they are not there. So it is true, and emotional infidelity is more distressing, and is more destabilizing and traumatizing for that matter.
But I mean, if you've been married, just argue for, you know, if you've been married for a number of years,
there is a lot of things, yeah, and it's not just about the length or how long you've been married. It's all about the commitment. How committed are you to your partner? Because each and every day, we have different days, like they are not the same days all through. And one thing Oliver would like to make clear today is that cheating is very much intentional. Someone decides to wake up and go out there and cheat, and there is no any...
Even emotionally?
Yes. Cheating is cheating. Whichever form of infidelity. Now in this case, we want to...
But how do you, what is the distinction between feeling disconnected from somebody and emotionally cheating on them?
It's your reaction after being disconnected. Are you aware that you're already disconnected? Do you effectively communicate to your partner how you are feeling about it? What do you do after you realize that emotionally you are disconnected from this person? Do you get to just discuss and ask each other what could be the reason of disconnection, or how you can work on it, and what is a miss or something that is happening? Do you get to do that? It's the reaction after that. Yes, so when you share, then it becomes a shared problem. It's not a one-man show, neither a one-man task that it's you to work with your emotional disconnections. It's for both of us. Let's get to know where is there some boundaries that you put or that you just neglected? Is there anything that you can do? Is it that I'm spending so much time at work that I am not there for you? How can we make it more better? You see, communication is actually what we say is with effective communication, we'll have saved like 90% of today's divorce and separation cases. Effective communication is one key area. So yes, it's there, because the moment you don't talk it out, you do not share with your partner, it leaves a gap, and that brings in a third party. In this case, another party, can even be too much on TV time that your partner feels you've taken away their time. That's what again we call object infidelity. It's also good for people to get to know. For some people, it's football
the list
and
is
all
going
that.
longer.
Oh,
Object
yes.
infidelity.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So people, somebody can cheat on you with football.
Yes, because they do not want to be, to watch and all that. They're actually running away from something. So if you're the person who goes out for social connections, but your main intention is not just to go and meet up with friends, it's to run away. If you're what we term quote unquote workaholic people, they're the first people to get to work, the last people to leave, and they're leaving because it's time to leave, like they need to close the doors, but they're running away from something. Anytime you find yourself, you are working towards running away, delaying getting home, or getting home early because your partner is not there, get to know you are actually in the line of what you're discussing today.
I'm just shaking my head. I mean, does avoidance equal infidelity?
Yeah, you see, yes, because it is leading toward the projection of infidelity. What we are saying that, you see, people come together to meet each other's need. And one that need is the need of connection. And as Teresa have said, you find there are people who are escaping from connecting. Because when you connect, then in that connection is when now you are allowing each other to be able to feel, to feel each other, to be able to communicate. And so if then you take an object and you make this object, there is an example that is given of someone who looked for a wife to marry and he didn't find one. Then he went, he cut a tree and he captured a woman and he said, this will be my woman. Because apparently he didn't find someone who is attractive enough to her level or to his level that much. So you see, that was an object. And you see, people has a way of escaping from connecting. As you're saying, you don't want now to communicate, you don't want to talk issues over, because another component is constant argument and conflicts can also lead to that projection. So you find people then are not wanting to resolve their issues, so they go to the object, they go to football. Then what happened? Your partner start feeling not cared for. He start feeling neglected. He start feeling not wanted. He start feeling, oh, the football is more important than I do. Mm-hmm. So, and they start having these compounded minds and thoughts and everything. At the end of the day, they have also to look somewhere else they can find their funds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when she's saying about that object infidelity, yes, because that is where it all starts.
But okay, so how we have stages of grief. You say it's all in the reaction, right? So do we have stages of, we've talked about types of infidelity, right? So do we have stages of infidelity, how you feel, the feelings, so you talked about the thoughts, feelings and behavior when you're feeling your partner is not entirely there with you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We can't really talk about stages of infidelity because cheating is cheating. Even if it has just taken place, let's say for just one day, a week, it's something that has been there for a couple of years. Cheating is cheating. And let's not validate cheating by it was only one day. It was a one-night event. They met with this person at their workplace. And so it was accidental. No, nothing is accidental. Because, yes, nothing like accidental when it comes to cheating. It's one person who intentionally,
consciously,
and consciously decides this is the time I will go out there and I cheat. And that's why when we talk about infidelity, is one painful journey. It brings along betrayal. You've talked about stages of grief. Infidelity brings along loss and grief. There is loss. And when we talk about is there hope after infidelity, what we tell people is you've come and you brought in your marriage as a shell. So tell us what you want we put in. Do you want we just go and we crush it? Do you want we throw it away? Do you want we start rebuilding? So one thing, the hope we are talking about is not continuation. Life can never be the same again after infidelity. That's one thing that people need to get to know. Infidelity, we can never be here and we want to normalize what is abnormal, because infidelity is not normal. And when you are in a marriage relationship, unless, and when you talk about infidelity, it's also good to be cognizant that for some religion, it's okay to marry even a second, a third, a fourth wife. But what were the goals of you people coming together into a marriage institution? Did you both define that I'm okay and I'm open to having another, like having another wife, another husband into the marriage? That time, that's not infidelity. It's the purpose of this marriage. But in a scenario where one of the goals was, we are here to, it's just two people coming to be one, to live a life. Anything that comes in between, definitely it's not acceptable.
All right, so we have James on the line. James, you have a question or a comment?
Comment.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Thank you very much, Olive, and your fellow journalists and the panelists.
Thank you.
And I just want to commend the two panelists. They are doing a very good job talking on infidelity. But I would like to broaden the topic further by saying that we need to look at the family of origin issue there. Because when somebody is getting married to somebody, what he brings up of baggage from his family of origin, and some of those issues that are causing infidelity are primarily from the family of origin. Maybe like the trust issues, out of expectations. When we are coming to marriage, we expect a lot, and then we do not look at them critically. And of course, we have a lot of ignorance as far as speaking of partners is concerned. That is when you are married when you are very young. So I would like the two panelists to expand more on. They are talking about the emotional infidelity, it is there, financial infidelity, it is there, the sexual infidelity, it is there. But all these people who are doing that are going to be a certain needs. These are things that are not met. So whoever is trying to maybe to have another partner, maybe to go to the internet, to go to something, they are meeting certain needs which are not there. So I would like even to recommend comprehensive pre-marital counseling before marriage. Comprehensive pre-marital counseling before marriage. Especially in our churches, because something which is not there. And that counseling should be done by professional counselors, not just professional counselors. Not just somebody who has done 1 unit in counseling and thinks that he can have people's issues. So I quite commend the two psychologists. I'm also a psychologist.
Okay.
Marriage and family therapist from the Guru.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
People know me well as 𝗪𝗲.
Thank you very much for that contribution, James. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You too, James. Have a good day. All right. So he says we've talked a lot about the types of infidelity. We haven't really addressed the causes of infidelity.